If you are looking for the best farming spots in Warframe right now, then you have clicked the right video. In this guide, I will share a one-stop farming spot, or most probably content in Warframe that allows you to farm credits, endo, arcanes, and then convert these to platinum, so you can get other things that you need, like primed mods, prime Warframes and weapons, and many more. However, I would just like to say also that this is not a newbie-friendly farming spot. For new players in Warframe, I always recommend finishing the normal star chart and then unlocking the Void Fissure missions. Once you unlock all nodes in the star chart, you'll gain access to Steel Path levels, and as well as access to Disruption mission. The latter is the best when it comes to farming endo right now for newish Warframe players, specifically the Defense Arbitration mission, as it got improved from 5 waves to only 3 waves so you can move into the next round. This will lessen the time spent in each round, allowing you to get tons of endo from the reward, and as well as enemy drops, such as arcanes and Vitus Essence, that you can trade into more items that you can either use or sell to other players. Meanwhile, you all know how good prime parts farming is, and when you have access to the capture missions in the Void, then you can just do the 1-minute run to farm relics that you can use for Void Fissure missions. Prime parts are really a good starting point, as they sell fast and you can start early. But if you have access to Steel Path levels, I strongly recommend finishing all the nodes and get access to the Steel Path levels of the Warframe 1999 content. By the way, it's really not necessary to get to Steel Path levels, but having the option to gain Steel Essence for more rewards makes the whole grind a lot better, in my opinion. Now, if you're looking to access Warframe 1999, there's a bit of prep work involved before you can jump in. Since this update is heavily story-driven, the devs at Digital Extremes want to make sure players have the full context before diving into the new content. So, if you're a new player, or someone who hasn't kept up with Warframe's major story quests, you'll need to catch up first. There's a specific list of story chapters you'll need to complete to unlock 1999. That list includes Vor's Prize, Second Dream, Rising Tide, The War Within, Heart of Deimos, The New War, Whisper in the Walls, and the Lotus Eaters. Each of these quests builds on the previous one, gradually unfolding the narrative that leads up to 1999. It's definitely a journey, but if you're in it for the lore, it's absolutely worth your time. While working through these, you'll also need to unlock a Railjack, a special spaceship used during the Rising Tide quest, and a Necromech, which becomes important at the end of Heart of Deimos. Thankfully, unlocking a Necromech is much easier than it used to be, especially after the Jade Shadows update streamlined the process. If you'd rather not grind it out, you can also buy a Necromech from the in-game market using Platinum. It's also worth mentioning that progressing through these quests will naturally give you access to some pretty important mods, and you'll definitely want those if you plan to take on the tougher missions ahead. They're not just story gates, they help you build a more powerful and well-rounded loadout. Once you've completed all the required quests and unlocked the necessary gear, Warframe 1999 will be available directly through the star chart. From there, you can jump into the newest chapter and experience the retro-futuristic world of Hovania firsthand. I know that this is a lot, and which is why it's advisable as a late-game farming spot. However, the reward you'll reap is bountiful, and once you step in the world of Warframe 1999, there's no turning back if you are one of those players who love to farm for platinum to get stuff, instead of just depending on RNG and regular farming alone. First of all, the bounty missions in Warframe 1999 are the best, as the missions are really easy. The reward system is like the Zaramon ship, wherein you are rewarding with hex standings and also loot from the reward pool of the bounty tier. The standing grind is fast, and you can finish the hex standing farm in just a couple of minutes per day. In addition, each bounty missions have a chance to reward a lot of endo at the end of the mission. And of course, you can purchase hex arcanes from the standings you have earned per day, and as well as from the mission itself. Then, you can use the arcanes for yourself, or use them in the arcane dissolution system turn them into phosphor, and get a chance to get your most needed arcanes. For the next one, let's talk about credit farming and the tech rot safe that can be found in either survival of Legacyte missions in Warframe 1999. These tech rot safe can give you tons of credits if you are playing Chroma, as the credit will get boosted by the Warframe's 4th ability. Not to mention that the safe can also be boosted by Credit Chance Booster and the credit bonus from your Retriever mod that can be equipped in your pets. For the Chroma build, it doesn't need to be a specific build, and you can go with the usual high duration and high power strength. Once you have found the tech rot safe key, all you need to do is cast your 4th near the safe before opening it. This will trigger the bonus credit buff, and if you are lucky to trigger your Retriever mod, then you'll get more credit per run in this mission. Honestly, it's better compared to Index and Profit Taker right now, as it takes minimal effort. But like I have said, you will need to be at late game to do it. Nonetheless, it provides a lot of credits that you don't need to grind for more in the future. I strongly recommend that if there's a Legacyte bounty, or even something with side mission that will task you to open the tech rot safe, then just do it with Chroma for the bonus credit gain. Now, if you want more arcanes plus relics, then the new Solstice Square Defense mission is the best in Warframe 1999 content. This mission type has a special unit called the Screamer that drops a guaranteed random hex arcane after killing it. In addition, it can reward relics which you can use in Void Fissure missions. So basically, it's like hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. Not to mention that it also grants a lot of endo and Warframe. I also can level up my weapons and Warframes in this mission easily. But mind you, I don't usually level up new Warframe and weapons here. Those items that only needs another forma to optimize their builds are the ones that I use to level up while diving in the Solstice Square mission. Bringing a poorly modded weapon or Warframe in this game mode, especially in Steel Path levels, is really a bad choice as it's annoying for the rest of the team, and it will make the mission longer. Once you have enough relics, then you can use it in any Void Fissure missions. And of course, those Hex Arcanes can be sold to other players at max rank, or if you have tons of stack already, then you can use it in the Arcane Dissolution system to get the arcanes that you want. Finally, while it's not a platinum farming method, I would also like to tackle how good the nemesis system right now in the Coda Technosite hunt. So far, I can say that this is the perfect nemesis hunting as digital extremes get rid of the pesky luck factor in Parazon combination. Also, they remove the progenitor, which is really annoying for me. The grind is generally better because digital extremes infused a minimal luck mechanic on the Coda system. However, I also agree with players that most of the Coda weapons feels mid. Overall, the Warframe 1999 content is truly a game-changing update for Warframe. It added a lot of things that makes late-game grind easy, and I hope in the future we will see something new though, like something that will ease up the grind for other hard-to-earn resources in the game. So, that's all about it. Before leaving, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more Warframe content. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in my next Warframe guide.